Comedy Central officially naming the new host of The Daily Show, South African Trevor Noah. Right. Will take over for Jon Stewart at the anchor's desk, despite making just 3 prior appearances on the show. He is just 31 years old, and he will be among the youngest hosts in late night, nearly a decade younger than Jimmy Fallon. Here to discuss all of it, Bruce Turkel, CEO of Turkel Brands, and Peter Shankman, marketing expert and author of Zombie Loyalist. Thanks to both of you for joining us. Bruce, I never even heard of this guy because I realized I don't actually watch this show live. You know, I just watch all the clips the next day that people are talking about. That's a lot of fun at my desk when I'm supposed to be working. Don't tell my boss. And so they're putting a total unknown out there in the seat. Good idea?
Well, think about it. They had really big shoes to fill. I mean, Jon Stewart's been on there since he was 36. That's 16 years he's been doing this job, and we all love him. So it makes perfect sense to bring somebody in that nobody expects. And apparently he's a huge star in South Africa, so clearly you're not watching much South African TV.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know how I'm missing that. Peter Shankman, go ahead.
Does anyone remember Conan O'Brien? He was unknown. He was a writer for The Simpsons when he was brought in to replace Leno.
I don't think that worked out that well.
I think it worked out pretty well for Conan. You know,
yeah,
he has the same thing going on his own show now. The whole concept, Bruce nailed it. You can't bring in someone who's been famous already and expect them to fill Jon Stewart's shoes.
I guess. I mean, it's also about the demo. I mean, the very coveted 18 to 49-year-old, they have lost that by about 20%. They've seen a 20% drop in that number in the past 4 years, as Jon Stewart himself has moved out of the demo. So they're replacing an older guy with a young guy. Bruce Turkel, what do you think? Is that part of the decision?
Of course it is. And look at this way. You just said it. They've lost a big piece of their demo. If you wanted to staunch the flood, wouldn't you bring in a guy named Noah?
Oh gosh, Peter Shankman, this next story's for you. Right, yes. He was waiting for that one. I loved it. You don't think adults are the only ones who watch TV, obviously.
Well, actually,
infants are following the trend too. A TV network called Baby First TV aims for babies to ditch their bottles as young as 6 months old and opt for the remote control instead. Peter Shankman,
I have a 22-month-old. I asked my wife about this. I said, tell me, you know, like I ask her for everything, tell me what I should say on TV. Right. And she basically said, look, she says she is not a proponent of screen time, and neither am I. We don't let our 2-year-old watch. When we did let her watch little cartoon, not cartoons, but like educational stuff, she started crying, having tantrums when she couldn't watch it, so we took it all away from her. The concept of maybe 5 minutes a day, 2 minutes a day, when it's something that she likes, is a possibility. But, you know, they're running a real risk because every psychologist, every major kids magazine,
going to come down on them.
They all say not until they're 4 years old.
Let me ask you about this, because I was like, who's this? To me, it seems like a bad business idea, because if it's really for kids that are 0 to 6 months old, you're not going to have any co-viewing. I'm not going to be able to sit next to my child and live through something that boring. So who are they advertising to? The kid? I mean, my newborn baby did not have a credit card yet, so that, you know, doesn't seem like a great idea.
Yours
also, no, one of the folks that's buying commercial time so far is Honest Company, Jessica Alba's brand that tries to be about nature and, you know, the best, most holistic way to raise your child. It just doesn't sound like a good business proposition, Bruce.
I learned from you, Melissa, follow the money. 2 ways to look at it. Number one, mothers are, in fact, watching with their kids, so you're reaching mothers. But I don't think that's the play here. MSOs, multiple signal operators, your cable provider, is losing its customers in droves.
Okay.
So here's something they can offer that nobody else has. And if, in fact, mothers use the video screen, babysitter, whether or not Peter or you think it's a good idea, it means people might pay their cable bill a little bit longer because here's something new. I think that might actually work.
Bruce's point is actually well done because, you know, right now it's just hand the kid an iPad. And
so
if you're putting him in front of the TV like we did in the 70s with Sesame Street when I was growing up, you're actually letting him stay with cable a little bit longer rather than cutting the cord.
Yeah, but that is the point, is that my 8-year-old, he goes to the iPad. Exactly. He wants to do that. He wants to look on YouTube for an instructional video about whatever he's interested in. It's not about television anymore, so I think they've already lost. Anyway, gentlemen, thanks to both of you.